Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we are talking about Carnival Mardi Gras mistakes.
Ooh, yes. And one of the very first mistakes that you can make is booking the wrong kind of cabin.
Yeah, booking a cabin on the wrong deck or the wrong type of cabin is a big problem.
Several different things to address.
A couple things you need to know about the Mardi Gras is that deck 8 is kind of the central deck, and that's where all the Havana staterooms are. So if you want to be right in the action, that is the stateroom category for you. But deck 6 and 7 is where the theater is at the front of the ship. So you are going to be hearing that on deck 8.
Yeah.
You will probably also hear it on deck 5 if you were towards the front of the ship. So we really recommend looking at the deck plan. And if you're not like a late night person or an early morning person, we always try to get a cabin that has rooms above it and below it. Because generally people are quieter than venues are, unless you're talking about like the spa or something like that.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that is one of the biggest mistakes you can make is just booking in the wrong area.
And the other thing is just understanding the different types of cabins that there are, like especially like the specialty cabins, right?
Right.
I mean, don't book a family harbor room if you're not bringing children with you and you don't want to hang out with kids.
Right, exactly.
Or if you don't ever plan on using the thermal suite, probably don't book a Cloud9 spa room. So there's lots of things to understand of the different types of rooms. So make sure that, we've got videos on here that you can always check out, but make sure as you're looking at the plan and booking a room, trying to pick one out, that you are keeping those things in mind as well.
Exactly. Next mistake you can make is not booking your specialty restaurants ahead of time.
Yes.
We've always just waited till we got on board, especially with NCL and some other cruise lines. We've just been able to make them the day of.
With no problem.
When we were on the Mardi Gras, it was almost impossible to get an extra specialty restaurant reservation. And this was when the ship was at...
It wasn't even at full capacity.
Half capacity. So I think that if you're going to go to a specialty restaurant, we have a video on the channel of every single specialty restaurant. Yes. Check that out, see which ones you want to do, and book it before you get on, or it will be very difficult to get on.
Because there are a lot of really good specialty restaurants on the Mardi Gras, and you will want to do that. And especially for us, we were trying to book an evening for our 26th anniversary dinner, and we actually had a hard time trying to find one of the restaurants that had an opening. We got on a couple different waiting lists. That we were kind of waiting out on. We finally did get into teppanyaki. We didn't ever make it into Rudy's, but just make sure that you're booking ahead of time if you're planning on going. Even if you're thinking about it, you can always cancel it before you go.
Rudy's and teppanyaki especially, probably the two toughest ones to get into.
Yes, because they're a little bit smaller than the others.
Next mistake would be not checking your deals in your VIFP Carnival account before you book your cabin. So log into your Carnival account, sign up for the VIFP, and see if you can get a deal, because we got a drink package included with our cruise, and it really was at no additional cost.
Right.
And I think that was worth it. I think a lot of times the drink packages are too much money if you were just buying it separately for what the charge is, but if they're going to include it for free, then I think that's a pretty good deal.
Then that's a no-brainer.
But we were talking to other people on the cruise, on the Mardi Gras, and they were also saying what deals they had gotten. Some of them got better deals than we did. Some of them didn't have really any deals. But there were also people who got asked to stay on while they were on board. They got asked to stay on for an additional week at a ridiculous price, like $200.
Like you can't say no.
And so they just said, "Hey, we got this deal in our app. We're gonna stay another week." And we thought, well, we would do that, but we already had another cruise booked. So check that. Even check once you're on the ship. If you have free time, check for more deals.
Yeah, because they do give you deals you can use while you're on your sailing as well. So that's definitely one that you have to keep out an eye for.
Yep. Next one is going to be booking too many internet packages. So what's interesting about Carnival as opposed to some other cruise lines, like we were just on MSC recently. On MSC, each device has to have its own internet package. If you can't put two devices on the same one. On Carnival, and on the Mardi Gras, you can put as many devices as you want on one internet package. They just cannot be on at the same time. So if I'm on the internet and she logs on, it'll just say, do you want to kick this other person off to get on? You hit yes, and then you're on. So if you don't all have to be on the internet at the same time, you don't need 3, 4, 5 packages for one family. We usually just get one, and then we just share it, and it's no problem to switch back and forth all day long.
Yeah, absolutely no problem. And that way you can get the unlimited, not worry about how much you're using, and you can just go back and forth between the two. You actually end up saving quite a bit of money that way.
Yeah, we usually get the highest level, fastest, just get one of them. And we put lots of devices on it.
Computers, phones, tablets, whatever.
Yeah. Next tip is going to be to make your reservation for the dining room in the app before you go, because there's going to be a wait if you're on the My Time Dining.
Yes.
And if you do it from your room before you go, it'll tell you how long, and you get down there. If you get down there, they're not going to check you in. They're just going to make you use the app anyway.
Right.
So
you're not saving anything. You have to do it anyways.
You're just going to have to wait when you get there. So make the reservation ahead of time. Walk down when it looks like it's about to be, time to go. So.
Yeah. The other thing about food also is that you do need to make a plan.
Yeah.
For your food for the day, because if you are a late morning breakfast type person, or if you do that, you probably eat a late lunch, which means you probably want late night snacks. That's basically us. Then you're gonna have a little bit trickier situation in getting your meals. We found it a little bit challenging to try to get breakfast after 10.
Yeah, and if you want a late afternoon snack, a lot of things will start to close down at 3 o'clock, between 3 and 4. They're gonna limit you to more of the paid options, like the seafood shack will be open, but the other street eats will be closed then. So just know that you can always go to Guy's Burger Bar and usually Shack's Big Chicken.
Yep.
But if you want some of the other stuff, really check the times in the app, because the hours are not long for the street eats and the Blue Iguana Cantina, which is some of our favorite places to go. So check those. Hours change. You don't want to get locked into having to go to paid food, or like you don't want to be like every day I'm just eating Shack's Big Chicken.
Yeah. Or Guy's Burgers. It's like, it's good, but you don't want to eat it every day. You want to eat something a little different.
So make sure you check the times and just have a plan. And then at night, you're basically going to be locked into the pizza place, which is great pizza, and the Italian panini place.
Yes.
Which are the two, they're right next to each other. And those are great places, but some of that other stuff closes earlier, so just check the times so you don't end up eating the same thing every day, because that can happen if you go to get food at the same time every day.
Yeah. So the next one is about the thermal suite, actually. And we were there obviously a lot because we were in a Cloud9 spa room. So we were at the thermal suite often, and we found that the busiest time where it was hard to get someplace to sit anywhere was about 7:30 or probably like around 8 after dinner. Each night, basically.
Yeah,
right?
After everybody was done with dinner, they would just go down there to the thermal suite. So
before the late show.
Exactly. So if you would eat a early dinner, sometimes we would eat at like 5:30 and go right to the thermal suite at 6:30 or so. It was pretty empty because most people were getting ready or at dinner at that time. Or if you go, same deal with lunch. If you went right around noon, thermal suite's pretty empty. But if you wait till after the mealtime, that's when the thermal suite would be
busier.
the most busy, pretty much every day. Also, if you're in port and you want to get back early and go, then that's a great time to go to. Or just while the people are in port if you're not getting off. So. Mistake would be just pick your right times, and you'll definitely get a seat every time.
Yeah. So hopefully, guys, these mistakes have our mistakes and mistakes we've seen have helped you guys out in planning your next cruise with Carnival Mardi Gras. Guys, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Give us a like on this video, and perhaps we'll run into you on one of the ships.